Now, for more on this, we are being joined by Irina Sukumin. She is a human rights and national security lawyer based in the U.S. She is also a geopolitical analyst, and she's also an editor-in-chief of the Washington Outsider, among many distinguished qualifications on the subject. Thank you for joining us, Irina.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
So right now, I'll begin by asking you, we're seeing a global uptick in coal consumption. However, this trend seems more pronounced in certain regions like Asia. Can you elaborate on the regional variations in coal resurgence and the unique factors driving it in each case?
Absolutely. Well, at the end of the day, it all comes down to price. Quite simply, in some countries, it's cheaper to rely on the existing supplies of coal than to try to restructure towards other sources of energy. In other countries, the existing sources of alternative energy are just not sufficient, even as they're trying to transition. For instance, we are seeing that China is actually expanding its coal factories, even as it reportedly committed to alternative sources of energy and has invested quite a lot into green energy projects around the world. Reason being is that it is simply growing at an extraordinarily fast rate, and coal is just cheaper, it's abundant, it's plentiful, and transitioning is an expensive process. In India as well, India is quickly becoming a civilian nuclear power leader, and nevertheless, it is still relying on coal as part of the process, simply because the growth rate of its energy expansion cannot cannot be accommodated simply by the existing resources, even if it's rapidly looking to transition to nuclear energy as the main support. But in other countries, the situation is different. For instance, in Japan, which has traditionally relied on exports of energy from abroad, you're seeing geopolitical factors becoming more and more of an issue. You have supply chain disruptions on the one hand. On the other hand, you have systemic failures, which have created an unjustified over-reliance on the types of alternative energy that cannot accommodate existing needs. And so as a result, actually, the coal dependence has become larger.
Right. Now, let's talk about another factor now. While coal might offer some short-term relief for the energy sector or affordability concerns, what are the long-term environmental and economic implications of this resurgence?
Quite frankly, coal is not the best for the environment. It can be quite damaging in the long run, not only in terms of the greenhouse effects, which has been the overall factor of fixation for environmental activists, but air quality. It can even be damaging to the technology that is used in the energy processes. Now, many have pushed natural gas as a cleaner, abundant alternative to coal, and its popularity and dependence has grown internationally. But there are two problems. First, some of the countries are lacking in gas and still need to import it from abroad. So this dependence on supply chains from abroad is still an issue. Second, environmental activism for a long time has has demonized and vilified gas, and therefore many countries have focused on other forms of energies, which cannot be not nearly as efficient.
Okay, right now, well, we do get your point here now. Thank you for sharing your insights on the topic, Irina.
Thank you.